Hey guys, welcome to Lease Lot Cars. Today we're going to continue the build that I was working on. You know, the one that covers the power base. So let's crack on and see what I've done so far. Okay, so this is a moment of truth because I'm going to test my wiring and the lighting for this little project. I guarantee, genuinely, I haven't switched it on yet. So you will all see, and whether it works or whether it doesn't, I'm going to post it. So I've got a little light in here. I've put these paper drinking straws in as light up bollards. Now they're not finished yet because the bulbs need straightening up. Everything needs straightening up, so this isn't finished. I just wanted to get the wiring done. So are you ready? After three. My God, it actually works. You know, it's the first time I've done soldering in such a long time, but we've got, now it looks much better, doesn't it? A lot sharper. You've got a light inside the cabin, inside the coffee kiosk, and the bollards with the lights on are also working. I'm really pleased. The wiring's a mess underneath. But what I've done is, so I can take these out to work on, this roof comes off and the bulb is stuck there, so that can come off and this can be lifted away. So that's quite workable. All the wiring is underneath this, which you will see just here. Now, the wires all joining the blocks are all soldered in, which is great. If I need to remove it completely, there is, I can't point to it because I've got a camera in my hand, but obviously I've got this click connector. I don't know if you call it that, but click connector sounds good. So that can be completely removed, but if I need to change the settings on the power base, it's easy. Just lift that up and away you go. Now this is just the main power feed at the minute going straight into it. I do need to take that off and configure it underneath because the rest of the track that have got LEDs are powered via this power base. I'll just put that in there purely just to test it. So now I am going to take this off, get the wiring all sorted underneath, tidy the wiring up underneath because it's dangling like spaghetti bolognese all over the place. So I'm going to tidy all that up. And then we'll have a little look at it and see what we're going to do next. But I'm going to start working on the barrier that goes around the perimeter. Right, the lighting's all done and all tidied up. All the wiring is sort of tidy under the track. So let's go on to the barrier. What I'm using is these bamboo skewers that I've given a coat of silver, but it's going to need repainting. And then the other day, some of these stirrer sticks from Costa accidentally fell into my pocket. So I've got a few of these. So I'm going to use these, the end piece of this, which I've cut off at 3 centimeters, and this is how the barrier is going to look. And I think this is going to actually work really well. This is one I did earlier, with a good old Blue Peter phrase. So this is going to sit behind here, kind of like that, and I think it looks pretty smart. Once he's had another coat of paint, it's going to look pretty good. So I've got another length to do down there and just a small bit at the end there, just behind Daisy Duke. Daisy Duke is always there. Wherever I'm filming, Daisy is there. Hello, Daisy. So I'm going to work on this side bit and that small piece round there, and then we'll get them all painted up again. That's fallen off. So now we have the barriers on, and I think they actually look really effective. Yeah, really happy with that. Got to touch up the paintwork because I seem to have forgotten to finish painting the back of that, but that's not a problem. So this build is starting to take shape. We've got all the wiring done. We've got the lights working on the little bollard posts for the railings. The railings are in. What's next? Apart from touching up that paint, we're going to start putting some stuff on here, I think. On here, we're going to have a seating platform, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? A decking where you can sit down, have a drink, watch the race. So what am I going to use on this? Well, I'll tell you. Because the amazing guys at Magnetic Racing, Ian and Doug, have sent me these. Absolutely chuffed to bits. And I also need to thank Dave at Slot R for suggestion that this becomes one of their product lines. What we've got here is a hospitality set, 6 tall tables and stools, and one that I've already broken into, which is benches and tables. And I've made one of those up because I couldn't wait to do it. And there it is over there. They look absolutely fantastic, and these are going to be perfect. The tables and stools are going to sit on the decking, and I think that will be a really nice finishing touch to the top part of this build project. So once again, Ian, Doug, Magnetic Racing, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to crack on and build some of these. Right, so after what seems like an eternity, I'm back. I've been putting together all these, the bar tables, just there, and all the bar stools there, and there's a few more on the other side of the bench. So there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, and it took me ages to put them all together and to get them painted, but they are finally painted. These are all glued in place because everything that goes on here needs to be stuck down, because if I'm going to be lifting this top off, then I don't want everything falling over all the time. It will drive me absolutely nuts. So this old fella here is going to get glued in. The bar stools, I'm going to start, I've got some seated figures, all from like the 1950s, 60s, but it doesn't matter. It's, you know, it doesn't really work from a continuity point of view where you have BMW M3 Sport in the garage with people dressed in 1950s, 60s clothing. But there you go, it is what it is. So now I'm going to glue some figures onto the stools, get the stools glued on here, and then I think that will do for this part of the video. Do you think? Because the next bit is going to be quite a big project and will end up being a long video. So I'm going to cut it short once I've done this. So better get the super glue out again. Well, that took a while to do. Took quite a while to glue all the figures onto the stools and to glue all the stools onto the deck, especially with my shaky hands, which really didn't help. But I think for this part of the video, we're going to call it completed. I really like it. This was a complete unused space that now has a bit of action, has some stuff going on. I'm really pleased. I love it. You've got the kiosk, you've got the light in there. Can you see it? There's a bit of lighting in there shining off the old fella's face. Got a little menu board in the corner, and that was part of the Magnetic Racing hospitality set that you can buy. As with the stools and bar tables, and there's loads more stuff that I've got to build for the next part of this section. So I love it. I think it looks really cool. Hope you do too. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll move on to the next part of the project over the coming weeks. So thanks for watching. You all take care, my friends. Bye bye.